Hi, welcome to day 18 of Getting to Know Yourself, Das Atzmecha. So far, we've covered a lot of information, but the root has been the same, understanding who we are. And all the information that we spoke about was just different ways of pointing to the same spot, same place of understanding who we are. Whether we spoke about understanding what sadness and where sadness comes from, or understanding what the deepest kind of love that we can have is, or realizing that an action isn't who we are, but it can express ourselves, our true selves, or it can cover up who we really are. And our speech also has that power, by the way, and that's connected to our ruach. We spoke about the 5 layers of the soul, and ruach being emotion. So speech is linked with that. And we also, by the way, spoke about the 4 elements that make up our personality. What we're up to now is speaking about thought. And if you see this picture, it says, where your thoughts are, there you are, all of you. Ramban speaks about this, and I think it's the Baal Shem Tov who said this. And this is the absolute truth, because if there's a story of two people, 2 different individuals in the same jail cell. One of them, and if we think about Rubashkin even, is able to maintain sanity and connection to who he really is and God throughout the entire experience, so that his body might be in jail, but his mind is not. It's free. It's expansive. It's connected to things much greater than just the body. Not that the body isn't amazing and necessary and beautiful, and we want to keep it healthy to be able to use it in the service of Hashem. And who knows in the times of Techiyas HaMesim, what happens with the body. So I'm not talking about that, but who we are and who we take with us wherever we go is our soul. That's who we are. So if a person is in a jail cell and still connected to who they are, things can be happening to them, but that is not going to define how they feel. Freedom is a state of mind. You ever hear that? When I was younger, I lived in Atlanta for a few years, and we did a production, and I remember singing over and over, freedom is a state of mind. You can't get to freedom by riding on a train. The only way to freedom is right on through your brain. Whoa. Anyway, the point is so 2 people could be in a jail cell. One of them feels free. One of them is so stuck in his thoughts of whatever it is, painful thoughts, that he can't get free. No matter, even if he was outside of the jail cell, he'd still be in the jail cell because he's stuck in his head. So if we take one thing from this day, this is what we're taking. We are where our thoughts are. We could be sitting here listening to a Torah class, and our mind is, God forbid, in the gutter. We're in the gutter. It doesn't matter what's happening around us. So here's a thing to think about. All right, so I'm not my thoughts. Okay, I'm not my actions. Okay, I'm not my feelings. Okay, I'm the soul. And I know in order to begin to experience it, I sort of have to become aware, use that layer of chaya, and become aware and observe that action, that feeling, that thought. Well, that's really scary. It's really scary, because there's always going to be a what if in the back of our minds. What if there's nothing there? What if you're telling me I'm my thoughts, I'm not my thoughts, I'm not my actions, I'm not my feelings, and I pause and I just sit and hold this idea of I'm this soul, and I try and experience it. And our fear is, what if there's nothing to experience? So I want to tell you, when this happened to me and I was taught I'm not my thoughts, and I had to remove myself so that I could observe them, I was really scared. But I said to Hashem at that point, listen, if it's true I'm not my thoughts and I'm really this soul, then amazing, and I want to experience it. And if it's not true, and I let go of these thoughts, and I'm dead, I basically am now no longer living because I'm so attached to them, and I'm afraid I'm gonna not be alive without them, then it's worth it to me. It's worth it to me because I want to live a life where I'm truly alive. And if I have to sort of die in order to get there, I'll do it because I believe so much in you, Hashem, and in what the Torah is telling me here, that I'm really a soul. So that's facing fear head on. That's where we're up to, facing this fear head on and taking a moment to just be still. You know, I noticed when I was davening today, I sort of like rushed through a lot of it. So I paused and I said, why am I rushing through? And I realized that's also coming from fear. I'm rushing through because maybe I'm afraid to feel something that I have to feel here. Maybe I'm afraid that I'm not going to feel anything. And what if nothing's there? It's also a fear. If we start noticing our day-to-day activities and why we're doing a lot of stuff and just pausing without judgment, because we're human beings and we're flawed. That's the rule, because we're not angels and we're not God. So just pausing and gently noticing and seeing where it leads us. And then when you're ready to jump off that cliff, like I did with letting go of thoughts at some point in my life a bunch of years ago, take that risk because you're worth it. You're worth it. And such joyful place remains on the other side of that leap off that cliff that you'll be so happy you did it. Anyway, looking forward to tomorrow. Hope you have a beautiful day today. And thank you for listening.